Welcome to the USA, where everyone needs a gimmick. An Irish lad going through rough times such as family, bullies, and of course, depression. I mean angst. I meant girls. Looking for a way to impress this girl, he starts a band, and through this he finds the courage to face his problems and be happy about it. Really, the tagline says it all. Boy meets girl, girl unimpressed, boy starts band. The good. Human characters. Their characters are very relatable and actually human. There are several parts of the movie where the characters go through something anyone can relate to. Bullies, breakups, ignorance, someone forcibly farting on you. That happens. The characters are all human. They aren't one-dimensional. They do good and bad, but even while doing the bad, you understand why they're doing it. Romance. Usually, I hate romance subplots. They usually are cheesy and unneeded. But here, it's the purpose of the band being formed. Not only that, but it's the backbone of the movie and doesn't fall into any major cliches. And something relationships are supposed to have is that both of these characters learn from each other. One messes up and they both learn from it. Another thing I enjoyed was the main character gets developed quite a lot, and to the point where he gets insulted, and instead of shrugging it off, he walks away and realizes he doesn't deserve that. Subplot. In this, the major subplot are the parents. Constantly fighting, they hate each other, and keeping within the humanity of it, they don't change. It's not a fairy tale, and the movie knows nothing's gonna change that. There's a point where a character says, they're human. You can't expect them to change, which I really love. There's a part where a single mother pulls out a vibrator. It's all very, oh yeah, that would happen. Soundtrack. Now, if you know me, you'll know I have no music talent, taste, or knowledge, but watching this, I fell in love with each song. Maybe it's just because I watched each song being born on screen and grew attached, or maybe it really is good music. Either way, I'm definitely picking up the soundtrack and starting a cassette collection. Moral. The moral was by far the best part of the movie, for me at least. The moral says don't let anything stand in your way of happiness or your dreams. No matter what you do, if you don't, you will always regret it. One of the best songs has the lyrics. You can be anything, you gotta rock and roll it. You gotta put the pedal down and drive it like you stole it. Which I truly find beautiful. Drive it like you stole it. Drive fast and don't stop. Now for the bad, I guess. Now I had to search for some bad, so let's see how well I can nitpick. Weird editing. Now all I have to say on this matter is that some of the editing is fast, and by that I mean it just cuts back and forth fast. Characters don't get a lot of screen time. Some of the band members don't have much to deal with. A few lines here and there, which are good lines, but not as much as I'd like them to have. But nothing's perfect. Realism. Now I hate when people say, oh, that wasn't realistic. It's a movie. Shut up! And I will write after this, but it's only because I have an education of recording and video editing that I have to say this. These guys are recording in a living room that I assume is not soundproof. Recording with a tape recorder. That audio sounds like shit, and don't try to dispute that with me. But please lie to me. I really enjoy it movie. Again, this was just some nitpicking by me to find bad, I guess. Now, this movie has some A-class supporting siders. That's side characters if you care at all. Like this guy. What a snarky asshole. Or this guy. I need a friend like him. You just ask him to do anything and he'll be up or down for it. What a lad. But the best sider is definitely Jack Rayner, as Brendan, Cosmo's brother. He had the best lines, delivery, advice, and when it was time for emotion, he really drove it home and hit you right in heart. I wish he was my big brother, telling me how to follow my dreams. Hell, I wish I was as good of a big brother as he was. The Address. If I were to keep it short, I'd say it was an Irish school of rock, with a better soundtrack and an edge. But it's more than that. Sing Street is an emotional story of a kid realizing his potential by making his life better through music. Anyone who has a dream and keeps making excuses on why they can't do it now needs to watch this movie, and just do it. I know, old meme. The soundtrack is incredible, of course, and it fits perfectly in the 80s, where music was an auto-tune rap with incoherent lyrics. Sorry. Again, I know nothing about music. All the characters in the main focus grow and learn, even the siders, like the bully, gets a nice payoff. These guys see their predicament, and instead of falling victim to its clutches and surrendering to any mundane future, they make the best of their situation and deal with it. Overall, this film didn't just keep me entertained. I was smiling from ear to ear throughout the movie, and even walking out, I was still smiling. This was truly the first time I've ever felt this way about a movie I've seen in a theater or anywhere else for that matter. So much so that I stood up at my 10:30 a.m. empty theater and applauded at the end. It's an Irish feel fest for those who have ever had a dream. Heavily recommended. After the good, the bad, and the address, this gets any and every fucking stripe I have. Take them all, honestly. This movie deserves it. It beat out Jaws for my favorite movie. I love this movie so much. Clear your schedules, gentlemen.
I actually love this band.